This sign remains humble. Unimproved alley. I mean, it's all right. I guess if nothing's been changed, then yeah, it's unimproved, but it's an alley all the same. You know, nothing wrong with that. Have a little confidence, alley. All right, you are providing a way from point A to point B just like any other alley. All right. That's a useful feature for this neighborhood. The name of this company delivering my car. The Camel Toe. Well, I sure hope that just don't look at it, man. All right, just avert eye contact to get your car delivered. How my dad wears his AirPods. What? Not the right angle, but I mean, if it's fitting, right? I can't even hate. Hold on. I have AirPods here. I'm gonna try this in real time, okay? So he has, it looks like the Pros. I don't have the Pros. The only way this would work is if I wear them on the opposite ear, I feel like. So I got one in and I'm putting the other in. You have to wear those on the opposite ear, but I'm not gonna lie, that's more stable. That is, I'm shaking my head around and it actually is much more stable than the traditional way. I think he's a pioneer. I think he's on the great things. I would argue. This is a man who's a problem solver. I like this guy. Badonka bark. Uh-oh, what could that mean? Damn! Someone get Groot here ASAP. Someone come get his grandma. That's Groot mama, by the way. It's not even a bakery. That's a whole. That's a. I don't even know what you'd call it. A bubble butt on the tree. But listen. I'm speechless. Good doing squats for that tree. Good for them. Good for them getting their squats on. You know what I mean. Oh man, that's great. That's horrible. Oh my God. Wow. His poor swollen Danussy. Oh no! At the apothecary, contemplating which elixir of wakefulness to purchase. Many wizards offering their wares for sale. Do we buy the enraged bull, the rock star, Nos, or the monster? Decisions. Many different colorful potions to browse here at the apothecary. Maybe I combine them, add a powdered concoction to the mix, and challenge my heart to keep up with the pace. Have you guys seen that? I say that as a bit, but I've been seeing videos on Instagram Reels where people are like, oh man, you can't forget about heart day when you're going to the gym. And they're like dumping like protein powder into their energy drink. And I'm watching this and I feel my stomach like, you know, bottom out like on a roller coaster, just watching them chug what should by all means be a biohazard. This has been on my Reels page for like 4 days in a row. I don't know what it's trying to tell me. I got my bidet all set up. Good for you. Welcome to the team. Not exactly what I thought it would be. I'm not gonna lie. It's not you. So I've told the story about getting a bidet installed and the experience of turning the bidet on for the first time, and it's fear followed by, you know, relief and in some cases, you know, euphoria. However, I can't imagine hooking the garden hose up and essentially spraying down your asshole like it's a dirty driveway is really helpful. I mean, you're gonna cause some sort of tear because it's delicate back there, man. It's like a little Zen garden, and you're bringing tar. You're tarring over the garden, and I don't think that's a good idea. Unless you've set it to mist, in which case I'm so sorry for my harsh judgment. Continue on. Let's see. 3 Miller Lights, $8 in. And then you bought, damn, an 8-inch pizza was $6.99. Is that bad or is that a decent price? I can't tell. That doesn't seem horrible. The real surcharge here that we got to take a look at is the $5 bitchin' fee, which should come, you know, that brought your, how much did that skyrocket your bill now that I look at it? Because you're paying $22.94. If you weren't bitchin', hold on. If you weren't bitchin', you wouldn't, I think you'd be paying under $20 for the whole thing. You could have gotten, you got 50% off on 3 beers, got a whole little pizza, paid more for pepperoni, and then you decided to complain. Was it about the pepperoni surcharge? Is that what you bitched about? And then they slapped the $5 bitchin' fee? Man, that's like Oh no. And if you would have cried more, they would have added a $10 wambulance fee for the wambulance. This is my garden. I don't know why they've claimed ownership of the garden. They get into a scrap and the gray cat acquiesces. This seems like it's natural in the animal kingdom. This feels like a friendly how do you do debate. You know, this seems like a neighborly quarrel. This doesn't seem bad. Google Maps image of a fertility clinic in Toronto. Nice. I mean, I would sure hope it looks like that. Does everyone exit through the bay window area there? Did they leave through there? I sure would hope. You know what they're missing? They're missing 2 gazebos on either side. 2 little gazebos to really complete the whole picture. They're all cock no ball right now, and that's not fertilitous. You can't make any. There's no way to be fertile without the beanbag there. I don't mean to be a hater on the architecture. Beautifully shaped building. I understand what they're going for. I just would also think that maybe it's missing a couple of features to really complete the vibe they're going for. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm critiquing. Longmont Children, Youth, and Families the church build. I don't know what I'm looking at here. Diarrhea Awareness Month. Starts Monday and it runs till Friday. That's not a whole month though. That's like a week. That's Diarrhea Awareness Week. You got it wrong. And does it run? Sure does. Right down the pant leg. Guess I'll cancel my morning plans. This is a very intriguing setup before I even look at the image, because there's so many possibilities. A million possibilities why you'd have to cancel your plans. Live every day like it's your last before you die from a drive-by crossbowing at 8:39 a.m. tomorrow. Wow. Yeah, stay inside, out away from the windows as well. You're being crusaded upon. I don't know. You're being sieged. Your land is being sieged. Drive-by crossbowing? Do they have trebuchets if it doesn't work? What's going on? What did you do? What emperor did you piss off to have a drive-by crossbowing? I'm feeling hungry. Are you hungry? A little peckish. Would you like to join me in stabbing this tree repeatedly until food comes out? Well, that sounds splendid. Delicious little dinner for what are these woodpeckers? I'm not a what is the bird study? Ornithology? I'm not an ornithologist. I wouldn't be able to give you the 411 on what these are, but I'm glad they're enjoying a wonderful dinner together. Doggo making everyone smile. All right, let's see this. Oh my God. And he's just hopping down. He doesn't know how to walk right, but that's okay, because this walk is filled with joy and splendor. Look at him, he's dancing. He's busking. Give him a coin or two. I like this guy. He's just chilling out. I like him. I like his whole vibe. Domino's causing a lot of double takes and disappointment. Legalized marinara, order online. And that's met by a raucous roar of boos. And you stinks. They're not happy about that one bit. Bring only the essentials. Got it. All right, what do we got here? Full cat. Yep. And are they looking ready and locked and loaded? They are. They're strapped in because safety is important. All right, yeah, I'd say we lock this bad boy down and bring this on. A carry-on, of course. And it'll be a good, easy flight. Food allergy notice. If you have to... Oh, sorry. What is this? Hold on, what does that say? If you have to OFA food allergy or special dietary requirement, please inform a member of staff. You as inform a member staff, a SAC FASC for more information. Thank you. I think you have an allergy to legible text. And it is flaring up, my friend. Birthday fortune. Oh, wow. Don't be afraid to seek professional help when needed. Happy birthday? Yes, but not for you. Could have fooled me, bro. That looks like every other GMC I've seen. Oh no, what a perfect disguise. It's a bird. It's a plane. Hey, what? It's a goat. And what's he doing? He's gonna eat that Grass! There you go, buddy. Dig in. Oh, there you are. And you know what? He's hanging out. Goats can climb mountains. You think they can't scale a power line? You are sorely mistaken if you thought so. Great Scott, Marty. We seem to have ended up in Bethlehem. Oh, no. Oh, no. How'd you guys went too far back? Oh, no. I want a nice, clean headshot. Here you go, sir. Do you like that one? I'm trying to get into the acting business. Do you like that one? I think I look rather dapper. Well, it might not be what the sergeant meant. I think you get full marks. There's private. Why do you insist on arguing when I clearly hold the moral high ground? And by the way, if you don't know what it sounds like cha-ching, cha-ching, cha-ching. That's all my morals. B, you're the government 4-ish honeycombs. Give them here, please. But I already gave the government 1/3 of my combs and I need the rest for my babies. Well, what do you think about that, Mr. Government? Oh, but he's a honey boy. Those were federal combs. These are state. All right, pay up. I have a new hero, Who Davies. Rest in peace, you kindred rather, spirit. In loving memory of Who Davies. Used to sit here and shout "F off" at the seagulls. And goddamn, we lost a soldier there, huh? Who else is gonna do it, huh? In the way that Mr. Davies would. That's the real question. Katy Perry kisses the ground after 11-minute flight to space. And I'm sure. So for anyone who sees this and they're like, what are the old people doing here? Are they happy for? Not quite. We're looking at a photo of NASA astronauts Butch Wilmore and Sonny Williams, who they went to the ISS on the Boeing Starliner, and due to issues with the Starliner, were stranded on the ISS for not 1 day, not 2 days, but 9 months. Okay, and the technical problems with the Starliner led to NASA using SpaceX for their return, and this has led to a bunch of crazy bits of commentary because SpaceX is involved. So it's led to Elon being like, they were left up there for political reasons, which I don't know much about astronauts, Butch Wilmore and Sonny Williams, but I don't think that these guys are major political players in any sort of way, not that I'm aware of. So why we left 2 random astronauts in the ISS as a political chess play kind of misses me. I'm happy they've reached the ground, and I'm sure that they'd have a lot of really positive things to say about Katy Perry's harrowing 11-minute journey into the great beyond. I'm sure she saw the event horizon much more than, Butch or Sonny could have seen stuck on the stinky old ISS. What does it even stand for? International Stupid Station? That Katy Perry wasn't up there. Dude. Auto-tune not available due to strong solar storms. If Katie is an astronaut after spending 11 minutes in space, I consider myself a professor of gynecology. Okay, I know I talked about this at the beginning of the video, if that post is included at the beginning, but this whole Katy Perry and space thing is so fascinating to me. This whole thing unraveled within not too much time, and she's already regretting even having done it. It's kind of crazy. Irrefutable proof of the Mandela effect. Fruit of the loom. Oh, and that's all of the fruit from that loom. All these new fresh loomlings. Plant them and get your own loom. My first midlife crisis. Oh, and it's got all the classics: medication, sports car, lady, gym card, and the hog, the crank, the daily hog cranking. All the things you need for a midlife crisis. Our neighbor's Halloween decoration's been out for so long, its pants fell down. Oh no, it's drunk. All right, send him home. Had a procedure done as an adult. Thankful for my supportive friends. Rest in peace, foreskin. Okay, I saw this post earlier. Am I the only one who feels like it's kind of like hella dangerous to get your foreskin removed as an adult? I just feel like I don't know what the risks are, because I know obviously pain will exist both as an adult and with infancy, but I don't know if there's any complications. It's probably more of an ordeal and a hassle, right? But I don't know. It just really kind of boggles the mind, right? I feel like I was reading a post because I got interested to look this up, right? And there was an Ask Reddit thread from like 15 years ago where a 28-year-old guy got a circumcision like 2 weeks prior to the creation of the thread. And much like myself, I feel like people were curious. He had a medical condition which necessitated it be removed. So like it wasn't just like a cosmetic reason, and I think maybe that's what I'm conflating. Maybe I'm conflating medical reasons to remove it in adult life versus like cosmetic reasons. I'm not sure. I'm not sure, you know? I'm filled with questions, and I'm sure all of them aren't great. A hostel's helpful rules for eating a banana. Okay, here we go. 4 simple rules for eating a banana. Number 1, never close your eyes. 2, never make eye contact. With who? Good question. Just really anyone around you. Number 3, fast bites only. Can't have that banana in your mouth for longer than 1 second. And number 4, small bites. You can't take bites longer than 4 centimeters. Otherwise, got to make sure you're wearing socks, because if you're not, that might be a little, a little banana gay. And that's different from regular gay. But that's all right. I like dividing that into subsections. There's like, gay is like a broad sense, and then specifically if you're eating a banana, then it's a whole different breed. This seal has reached peak levels of chill. Oh, dude, he's laid back and blowing bubbles. I mean, aren't we all? He's ducking his mouth into the air for just a little bit and then just hanging right back down. He's a chill guy, and he's laying there for as long as can be. He is relaxed, poised, calm, and collected. I like this guy. Shaved, showered, moisturized. Ready for the shenanigan. Oh, there he is. Why are you giving me that side eye for? Why are you looking at me like that, man? Is it because you're shaved and moisturized? Did you not want to be? Did you want to be crusty as hell? I don't blame you. Sometimes it's got to be that way, but come on, man.
Sorry, I'd give you some, but I'm all out of cups.
That's okay. I'll just drink it right out of the spigot.
Out of the spigot?
Ooh. Oh no. Oh no. But as he would say, oh yeah. But probably slower, because we can assume where the spigot might be, where he's getting all that Kool-Aid straight from the tap. And that gross. With a smile on his face too, because he's a freak. He is a damn freak. My sister signed a lease with this stipulation. Oh, here we go. The tenant agrees to refrain from displaying hand-painted art on velvet canvas that resembles figures such as Elvis Presley, Dale Earnhardt, or John Wayne. Additionally, using plastic pink flamingos and gnome yard ornaments in the front yard is strictly frowned upon, as these are often considered unsuitable, tacky, and overly kitsch. Well, who are you to decide what I put in my home? What if I want to have a velvet rendition of the king right on my mantle as a statement piece, as a conversation starter? What if I wanted to do that? What if I wanted to have a lawn chair out there with inflatable pool that's half full being filled up by a green water hose and 2 pink flamingos with sunglasses on? You don't know what I'm all about. You don't know the life I'm trying to live. Like, and now you're restricting me? Oh man, that's gonna break the lease if I don't do that. If I break those rules. All right. Package theft pushed management over the edge. Uh-oh. Stop stealing everyone's fucking packages, you inbred fucking, can't say that word. Go get a job and buy your own shit, you subhuman fucking scumbag. From management. Smiley face. P.S. Fuck you. Well, they certainly were on their last nerve. They put that as politely as they could with how angry they were. The kindest tire you'll ever see. What does this say? Thank you, I love you. Aww. Well, aren't you a sweet little tire getting me around town? Aren't you a nice guy? That's much nicer than the other tires I see. I see some that just say good year, like thanks, you too. Hope you have a good year, but I love you too, tire. You know what? More tires should be like you. I don't care what they say about you. You're all right. You're all right, tire. My wife really does not want the rabbits in her tulips. Well, what kind of measures is she taking against the rabbits? Oh, wow, yeah, quite a few measures. Like several gates and fence worth. And I hope that that's enough, because I think a really determined rabbit will be able to get in there, and then all of that hard work will be for nothing. And I don't want to know, you know, what you're gonna do to poor Peter Cottontail when you see that he's, you know, feasted upon your tulips. Because I assume that rabbit's going in the stratosphere if you've taken this much precaution. Vsauce. Really, the origin of Vsauce. On July 30th, 2007, someone, we don't know who, created a YouTube account named Vsauce, but never used it. But on April 16th, 2010, just 3 years later, YouTube granted Michael Stevens' request to claim the account, as was their policy back then. If you were not able to claim it, he might have decided to use his first YouTube channel. What was that channel, you might ask? Well, it's a little number known as Poop Liquor 888. And what a timeline that would have been if instead of Hey Vsauce, it was Hey Poop Liquor, Michael here. That would have been, it doesn't have the same ring to it, you know? Doesn't have the same vibe. So I was doing just a little bit of thinking and research on Vsauce as like a channel because I didn't know that he had a legacy as Poop Liquor 888. So I was like, what other things about Vsauce in that channel, like the history, since that's kind of one of those legacy YouTube channels. And I learned that he was also a gaming channel once upon a time, which I think is pretty cool. And the gaming content eventually morphed into that science philosophy content, you know, the stuff where he would just like bring up like random facts where he's like, what was one of the like Vsauce things, right? Like a Vsauce icebreaker is something like puppies like chew toys because it sounds like a small animal dying. And then the Vsauce music kicks in, you know? That being said, has anyone seen the Vsauce YouTube shorts recently? I feel like he's always kind of had like a peculiar sense of humor, which I am a fan of. I think he's funny, but I think it's really like the degree of the weirdness has increased dramatically over the last like 6-7 years. And I don't know what happened. I don't know what they did, what experiments they performed on Michael Vsauce to produce these kinds of responses from him. But I hope that more happens. And in fact, I think that there should be more. There should be more things like this happening. You know what I mean? I think we should do this to the other Vsauce guys. I guess what I'm trying to say is, it's cool that he went full circle from goofy comedy videos to the science stuff, and then back at these goofy videos. It's like a blend of the two now, and I like to see that cyclical journey. You know, that's pretty cool. Good for you, Vsauce.